Hello everyone, we're covering Bughouse World Championship in the open section, knockout stage. Oh, our rookmates, but not for long there. Um, we have Zarkov and Darkshrine versus Penguin and the Duck. Penguin and the Duck have adopted the moniker the Angry Birds. Um, so Penguin went pretty far in last year's tournament. He was partnered then to, oh gosh, now his username escapes me, but he's an international master. Used to play a lot, hasn't played a lot recently. Penguin known for being the best hyper bullet player in the world. So he is very fast. They'll normally be up time. Penguin doesn't play a ton of Bughouse, but obviously he's very good at it, and his speed helps a lot. So what normally happens when Penguin plays is he gets better and better the more he plays. So because he starts out rusty and he warms up. So we'll see how this goes. The Zarkov team has resigned. They were down 6 seconds. I guess they felt they were down too many pieces. I'm not sure. I didn't see any kill shots there necessarily. So the Duck loves to attack. You can expect to see some aggressive moves from the Duck. Oh, that wins a queen. But now Zarkov would like more pieces. They don't seem to be forthcoming. Zarkov's going to need to rattle off some chess moves. Queen takes pawn, makes a lot of sense. Take another pawn. He's going to defend the dark squares instead. The Duck is up about 10 seconds. Penguin trying to stay safe here. Knight wins queen. The darkshrine board. But of course he's down time, so he's not going to get that. I don't think it made sense just to give up a pawn for nothing. Maybe the Duck wants like bishop at d3 to either win a queen or threaten queen at h7, which of course his partner can get for him. That's a possibility. And we see it. So the Duck picks up a queen. And now on the attack, this should be a maiden attack. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's enough. Pawn pawn. So first blood. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the second game. So there's two games. Our score 2-0 for the Angry Ducks, Penguin and the Duck. Darkshrine has sacked. Queens have traded. Zarkov right now is the one attacking. Oh, queen trade on offer. That queen trade is going to benefit Darkshrine. So the Duck might try to hold the queens. Maybe put something on f5. Okay, Penguin has defended. They're still at 4 seconds. I mean, if he were willing to give the queen, then bishop at h6 would probably be a good move. Defends weak squares, pins this pawn, or a future like queen at d4 or something like that. You could consider bishop at e5 to make some attacks. Just putting something on f5 seems perfectly fine for me, though. Okay, they traded off the queens. Now we could take the knight. We could see a sack here. Now they're up 6 seconds. Queen could come down here, but you could just interpose. Okay, that's interesting. Another queen trade may be in the works. This king does not look so safe. Queen would be good for darkshrine. Queen at e2. Something interposes and this queen takes. But again, they're always going to be downtime, so that's never going to happen. I would put the bishop here. I don't like these pawn moves. I don't think you have enough time for that. Okay, the duck gets a mate. Our score now 3-0, favoring the Angry Birds. This match started a little bit later than expected. There was some confusion about the daylight savings time switch. I think they had agreed to 9 a.m. Moscow time, which previously was 1 a.m. Eastern time, but because of daylight savings time, a spring forward, ended up being 2 a.m. Eastern time instead. But that's okay. Better to be late than early. So I was still able to make it for the match commentary. I'm on spring break myself, so I have some more free time than usual. The duck did not take the bishop in order to stay safe. He's retreating with his queen. This pawn is loose, but instead he's going to put more things in near the king. I think we can take that and just slide. The queen defends a lot of these key squares. Penguin has sacked his queen. This looks like a very strong attack. Yeah, this is mate for sure. Whoa, what? Did he mean to promote to knight? I think just queen at e1 was much better than promoting the queen. So there's a temporary opportunity here with knight check, bishop takes. But duck was doing fine on his board. Also, our score now 4-0, favoring the Angry Birds. I do think this team is a good combination. Penguin usually does well with very aggressive partners because Penguin's able to make fast moves and trade pieces. So the duck is a good pairing with them. The duck gets mate. Our score now 5-0. This is first to 20 with a win by 2 condition. So far we've got a clean sweep. Darkshrine trying to get in light squares. Queen trade on offer. Penguin stops the queen trade. Penguin has some weak light squares. The duck has some weak light squares too. Penguin and the duck up about 3 seconds, maybe 4. Duck can try to defend a bit. A little bit hard to defend. Maybe bring the queen back and then get a blocker to put on g2, something like that. Or bishop at g4 could be good. Someone's matching me to a 3-2 game. Let's go over their profile. We're going to go ahead and block this person. We'll decline the match request. Go fuck yourself. This is a good time to remind everyone that chess.com is 30 years behind the rest of the internet. Because for 30 years, and I'm not making that up. This is not an exaggeration. If anything, it's an underestimate. For 30 years, the rest of the internet has allowed you to have a formula about what types of matches you want to play and what types of matches you don't want to play. But unfortunately, chess.com is 30 years behind the rest of the internet in having that basic feature, which is why I get all these dumb match requests that I don't want. Oh, we're getting another 10-minute match request. Let's go over to this guy's profile. We're going to go ahead and block him. And then we're going to decline the match request. Go fuck yourself. Alright. Sorry for that interruption. Unfortunately, chess.com doesn't have this basic functionality. Okay, so rook in is very good. Trying to cut off the rook from defending. Rook here, still very strong. Isn't quite mate now. Trying to deflect the queen, and queen into be mate. Penguin doing a good job defending. But Penguin is flagged. So finally, Zarkov and Darkshrine make the board. Our score is 5-1, favoring Penguin and the Duck. There's a two-piece for a queen trade here. That's possible for Penguin, but he just retreats the queen for now. He'll probably win this piece for free anyway. What happened? Queen could come in and check. What we see right now, only a knight to block. Darkshrine wants the bishop. The Penguin just takes a free dude. Trying to hold on to this piece. The Duck running out of material. I think the Duck sacked a little bit for his attack. He probably wants a knight. But he could just... Oh, okay. He's going to tempo this rook. I think maybe you want a bishop to start defending. Oh, he's going for the knight thing. If the queen moves off the back rank, then you can promote the pawn, which is what we see. I'm going to treat this queen as if it's a real queen. Seems wise. They're up 15 seconds. The Duck could wait for more material. And probably a good idea for him to wait for more material, because his partner is getting attacked a lot. Bishop check wins the queen. Bishop check still wins the queen. So this bishop needs to defend. He wants the castle. He does. This is awkward. If you take it, there's a back rank mate, because he can't get a blocker. I don't think there's a defense. So once there was Zarkov, he got GMs there. Can't just take this because of the knight check. Gives up a queen. Keep the attack. Ooh, queen in is mate. Okay, there was this smothered mate here, but Zarkov just moved. I guess he figured he was down time, wasn't going to get the queen. Blocks off the rook. Grabs the queen. Penguin's team up a significant amount. Seems like a free rook, but he could wait for a knight. Knight mates. Mates in one. Where is a knight? There's a knight right here. So it's a lot of time to get a knight, and he gets it next move. Well, 2 moves later. Alright, our score is 7-1. Favoring the Angry Birds. The duck is sacked. The duck, very aggressive player. This looks a little bit scary. Zarkov has a nice attack. The duck wants a rook or a queen. Could force a rook, but not a queen. Is a rook enough? Probably not. I think he really needs a queen here. The duck is up time. This is a bit hard to defend. He tried just like sacking the queen maybe. Sacking the queen and having his partner sit. I don't know. This seems rough. Very hard to defend. Especially with that queen. Darkshrine still needs to make up a little bit of time. Seems like 2 seconds. Mates. Okay, not anymore. The duck going all in with his attack. Darkshrine ends up flagging. But we see in the end, Zarkov was pretty safe. Just a matter of time there. Again, Penguin, best hyper bullet player in the world, so hard to compete with that. Oh, we're getting a 3-2 match request. Let's go over the profile here. We're going to go ahead and block this person. And we'll decline the match request. Go fuck yourself. Great opportunity to remind people that chess.com is 30 years behind the rest of the internet. That's not an exaggeration. It seems like an unbelievable amount of time. But chess.com is 30 years behind the rest of the internet in having the basic functionality of the ability to filter match requests so you don't get dumbass match requests for games you don't even play. 30 years. Welcome in from Clark Penguin does play Bughouse. Yeah, he's played it for many years. He doesn't play very much compared to a lot of other players, but he's extremely talented. So even before chess.com got Bughouse, he was playing Bughouse on the free internet chess server. Rook is good for darkshrine. I mean queen mates, but rook is good. I like this bishop move. Oh, knight check would have been good before. Okay, darkshrine just trying to live while attacking. It's gonna be hard for Zarkov to live through this, and he's not gonna live for this. He has no blockers. Again, time is going to be the biggest problem for Zarkov and Darkshrine. If Penguin's just allowed to chess, he's just such a talent at chess. Thanks for the follow from Bean Power. We see Penguin trying to pre-move as many moves as possible. Trying to get up on time. They're already up 10 seconds. Oh, bishops move backwards. Who knew? Bishop takes knight was a thing. Now the duck seems incredibly safe. I assume we want to get this pawn out of the way. The duck is on the attack. He has some knight checks here. The duck is now defending. They are up 30 seconds. That's a free rook. Oh, that's going to be mate. Mate by the duck. I score 11-1, favoring the Angry Birds, the Duck and Penguin GM. Hey, NZ Worldwide. Welcome in. Yeah, Birds team is too fast. But yeah, NZ Worldwide, I enjoyed covering your game earlier. Playing against the tough team there. And now we get to see your brother play. Yeah, he takes the loose pawn. I think we're going to continue to put pressure on. What is the duck waiting for? This makes sense. So, he had a nice attack there. Rooks are good. Okay, he's going to trade one bishop for another, potentially. That's his king? Wow, I was looking at the wrong board, clearly. Maybe we can take this. Yep. I like what the duck's doing. Bishop here would have made a little more sense, but he decided to keep going rather than waiting for that perfect piece, which ended up working out for him. Our score 13-1, favoring Penguin and the Duck. Darkshrine is sacked. He sacked a whole piece at this point. The king is on g3. So all Penguin needs to do is live, and then they're up like a ton of pieces. Are we not taking that? Okay, I guess this attacks and defends at the same time. Not a terrible move. I think you could have thrown in Night Check at some point. Darkshrine down 5 seconds. And down, looks like a queen at this point. Bishop would be good. Develops his rook. Pawn is crushing. Pawn wins a queen. But the duck gets mate on his board. Our score now 14-1, favoring the Angry Birds, and it is first to 20, the win by 2 condition. Okay, the duck cheeses a queen, although h2 is a little bit loose. So queen mates for Zarkov. Knight wins queen. Don't see that coming. There's the queen. This seems like a pretty good attack for the duck, though. Another pawn up could be good, but he probably just wants to take the rook. Bishop covers for now. Bishop's move backwards. Queen on offer, and it's actually safe. Okay, rather than giving the queen, he's going to go for this back rank promotion shenanigans. The duck is actually safe. All these squares are covered. Probably wants this. And that is over. 5-second advantage. Got to win at chess. I score 15-1. Favoring the Angry Birds. First to 20. Knight check would win a rook. Doesn't want the rook. Attempt to win the queen. Wins the queen for a piece. I would try to get this bishop out if I were Zarkov. Knight check wins another piece. Zarkov has been winning pieces, but darkshrine, his queen is going to get chased around, so he's probably going to lose that eventually. Retreat that. The duck taking some pawns. This is pretty scary. So g7, a little bit loose. f8, eventually going to be loose. Bishop on g8, a little bit awkward, though it does guard f7. But yeah, that can promote. More promotions coming. And this is a sad queen, or sad king over here. The Zarkov board. Our score 16-1, favoring Angry Birds. The duck played f3. It's a bit of an unconventional opening. See how it works out for him. So knight check and then another knight would be good for Penguin. He's not going to wait for it. Just moving with what he has. Knight plus pawn mates. Knights are forked. There's the knight. There's the bishop, and that's mate. Oh, he has a pawn already. That was a quick game. Our score is 17-1, favoring the Angry Birds. I think this is about the quickest round we've seen in the knockout phase. It's because both teams are so lightning fast. Also because it's kind of a blowout. When there's more back and forth, because you're playing first 20, you can get closer to 40 games rather than closer to 20 games. The duck playing, I like this move. It both defends, also attacks the pawn. Just to take the pawn. Trying to get rid of some of these pieces. This could be scary. If you slide over, another pawn can come in. He's choosing to attack instead. I think the idea is here now we'll have a bishop check if a pawn comes in. He's going to need a blocker. He has one. Okay. That pawn going to try to promote. Oh, you can't take that. This is mate, right? Darkshrine has mate. And maybe Penguin could have stalled, given his partner a chance to try to win, but it doesn't look like a position you can win in 5 seconds. Oh, I'm sorry, what's the last? This says, do you even rook lift? So there's a saying in the US of do you even lift? Which is like a gym bro type of saying about weightlifting. Do you even rook lift, bro? So it combines chess and weightlifting. In chess, a rook lift is you bring the rook out to the third rank and then you bring it to the middle. And we actually see that quite often in Bughouse. Not so much in these high level types of games, but well, not so much in these tournament games, which have a money prize, but when people are playing in the random pool, and also when a bunch of high level players are playing collectively in a call, there's some opening lines that involve rook lifts that they like to do. They actually like to call it the rover for rook over. And people were experimenting with it for a while with like h4, rook up, rook to the center. Then they would start trying. Okay, that's another win for the Penguin team. Our score now 18-2, favoring the Angry Birds. And it's first to 20. The duck offers a queen trade, which is accepted. Penguin's the one getting attacked, but he's actually pretty safe. He's got a lot of these squares covered. This is defended a bunch of times. This is a little scary now. Bishop check, knight in. I guess the bishop actually covers that though. Maybe he's just safe. Penguin doing a pretty good job with defense. The problem is they're only up 2 seconds though. The duck, as usual, would like to attack, so he would like some trades. He probably wants the pawn for g4, like that. Or bishop for g4. Bishop has the advantage of defending a weak square at the same time. The duck could just castle though. I'm honestly not sure why he's waiting so long. Castling seems fine. Maybe he doesn't want to give up this pawn for free. So a queen would be a fancy way to like win a piece. But no, queen isn't likely to come. This pawn is being targeted. Here it comes. And king can't go down because of knight. Oh, that's actually that knight is pinned, so it took another knight. But we did get the knight smothered mate. I score 19-2, favoring Angry Birds. This is match point. Penguin just plays king up. That's a little bit odd. I would have thought he would play knight takes, king takes, but this is working out for him. So I guess the penguin way was better. Penguin grabs a few pieces. Oh, again, I would have just taken this pawn, but he's going to form a pawn wall. Instead of moving the queen, by the way, new bishop in could have been interesting. He didn't have the bishop in hand, though. Penguin, in general, doesn't wait for stuff. He just moves with what he has. It is one of the reasons he can be so fast. Okay, queen trade happened. Zarkov probably wants a rook for f1. What can he do? Okay, he's going to use the queen. Bishop here would attack and defend at the same time. Bishop at b5. Alternatively, he could start luring him out with pawns, like pawn check, knight check. And the problem is the time. Zarkov's not going to get any more material. He has to calculate how to do best with what he already has. So I suspect we're going to see pawn check here. Okay, so the problem that he's going to encounter, the threat is moving this bishop away and then promoting the pawn. So Zarkov probably needs to retain some pieces to guard his back rank. There's also the problem of queen sack, rook in, knight checks, rook in the corner. It's just really tough to defend with very few pieces when the duck has a ton of heavies. He has 2 heavies on the board, and he has 2 heavies in his hand. Queen in. Queen in is going to be mate. I don't know why. I guess something moved away, so the bishop guarded it. So maybe I was wrong about that. It still looks quite good. And that is GG's. So final score 20-2, favoring Penguin. Oops. Favoring Penguin and the Duck. So congrats to the winners. This is single elimination, so unfortunately Zarkov and Darkshrine are out. But they played well to get to this point of the tournament. Just got a really tough pairing. And Penguin is just next level good. And not only that, but like we could see the Duck has a 2700 rating. The Duck is probably a little bit overrated. Usually he should be about 2500. Penguin about where he should be, 2650, probably on the money. And if Penguin played, more regularly, he would be 2700 easily. But Penguin is just perpetually rusty. He sees a lot of tactics for sure, and he gets to use a lot of his bullet skills. But he's not as in shape as a lot of these other players. Even Rusty, we see like how incredibly good he is. All right, we're gonna end here. We're gonna look for someone to raid. Does anyone have any suggestions? Welcome in, Nice Shot 99. I hope you'll watch some more Bughouse later on. Okay, we need to find someone to raid. Does anyone have any suggestions? If not, we're gonna scan the chess category. I see Grandmaster Gari is streaming. Guess we can shoot him a raid. Gary has played some Bug House on occasion, though not very often. He mainly streams on Lee Chess. Okay, thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. Congrats to the Angry Birds for progressing to the next round. I should mention who we have coming up. In about 7 hours, I will cover a match in the Challenger bracket. The open bracket is open to any raid in. Challenger bracket is under 2,200, I believe. And we have round 1 knockout of KSR Vinay and Big Splat 2008 versus Hagridion and Anne Inova. Sorry, Anne Ivanova. This is in the Challenger bracket. And then on Friday, we have Ibrat and Barris versus Ferrari Fan and Lock and Key. On Saturday, we have Rezax and Zibidu and versus Manusta and Zoraz 4. So a lot of great matches to look forward to. I am on spring break right now, so I'll cover every match that I am informed about. All right, have a great night, everyone. I also stream where I play on Tuesday and Wednesday nights, so I'll be doing that as well. All right, have a great night, everyone. Bye, guys.